So I know this is kind of like out of nowhere, but I keep getting people commenting on my YouTube videos, like asking me to do a detailed video on how to set up a skaraudio system in a house. So I'm gonna show you guys that right now. Okay, so first I'm gonna tell you guys what I got going on, and then I'm gonna tell you guys how to set it up. So right there, we got obviously that's connected to the amp, but that doesn't really matter right now. And then we got my head unit, the receiver, and then we'll talk about all the setups later, what we got going on back there. And then right here are the 215 Scar SDRs that I have right now with a box. They cost me $500 to build. So that's a $700 setup plus all the amp and stuff like that, or amps and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not cutting any part of this video, so if I stutter, don't mind that. Okay, so first what we got going on here is an XP750 battery. And then we got a 2000 watt RMS amplifier. So what you're going to need for this, right? You're going to need a battery charger to charge the battery, and you need, this is a 2000 watt wiring system right here, so you need your positive wiring and you need your ground wire, right? Then you need the speaker wire, because you can't run the speaker or the speakers without that. This is the remote wire right here for the bass knob, and then here comes the kind of confusing part, so you have to listen very carefully. Okay, so when you're connecting an amp to the battery, the ground wire has to be connected to the negative port on the battery, and make sure the negative part right here, make sure that the charger is plugged in with it as well, okay? And the same goes here. Make sure the positive is connected to the battery positive part right here. So ground wire goes to negative with the negative wiring for the charger, and then positive goes to battery positive right here. So, and then make sure you got the positive part to the charger plugged in with it as well. And then what you want to do right here, this is kind of hard, but it's possible. So the remote wire, you want the remote wire to be connected to the remote right here for the power, and then you want to connect that remote wire to the positive part of the amp, so it'll go in with the positive wiring. So remote wire goes into the remote power right here, and then connects to this part right here. And then make sure you have, your positive wiring and your negative wiring for the speaker, which is hooked up like that. I have it set up a different way because of the way I built the box, or the way I had my box built. But and then for this part over here, those are the RCAs right there, and I'll tell you how to make sure that it's working right now, and then I'll explain the gains and stuff like that. Okay, so positive, you want to connect to right, see how it says R right there, and then negative, you want to connect to the left. And then we'll go up here and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so you want to go, it's either going to be like sub output or something like that, but in this case it's audio out, and you want to make sure it's connected to the line part of your receiver. And if you're going to do skaraudio in your room, I recommend getting Rockville SingMix 5, because you can connect it to your TV. Make sure your TV either has RCA plugins or an optical cord plug-in. So it plugs in right there. And then you got the bass knob and all that fun stuff like that. And that's really about it. I'm trying to think about what else I can do to explain this to you. I have all my power running to right there. But yeah, that's I'd say that's pretty detailed in my opinion. Make sure if you're going to buy a battery, you get a battery that's at least 750 or over, depending on what. So this is a 2400 watt system right here. So that battery right there, and any battery that is up from that battery would work completely fine. To note too though, when the battery starts to die, it gets low voltage, so the subs will start to clip. So what you want to do is just unplug all of this. Don't mind my dog in the background. You want to unplug all of this and just charge the battery. And then there's the battery I got. It'll tell you when it's charged. It has like a green light. I recommend getting a remote switch so you don't have to unplug all this when you're done using it. I'm gonna get a remote switch soon, and once I get that, I'll tell you how to connect it. But yeah, you can tell it gets louder. I can turn this up more too, but I have people over, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. But yeah, that's a video on how to set up Scar. So these ones are the ones that I use the most, but I'm just breaking those in right now because they're brand new. And I got this 10 that I have on hold for someone that's trying to buy it. Then I got these, the DS1812s, which already have ports connected, so it just goes right to the receiver. But yeah, there's my detailed video on how to set up Scar audio in your bedroom. Hope that helped.